Lisa DeHart here, 3 Minutes with a Maine Guide, and Roxy. We're going to do our part 2 on canoeing and dogs, human and wildlife interactions. My first dog, Tripper, yes, named after the boat, everybody loved him. I teased and called him Fabio because that was the reaction. He was a gorgeous blonde dog. People couldn't wait to touch him. Nobody was afraid of him. Kids threw their little arms around his neck. And because he was a good dog and gentle, they could do pretty much everything wrong when you meet a strange dog, and nothing ever happened. Roxy is a good dog. She loves people. But people take one look at her and they're afraid of her. That was new to me. I've never had a dog that people were afraid of. I put her in the little bow ties like you saw. I try to make her look ridiculous so that people aren't scared of her. But people are afraid of her. So I'm becoming more and more aware of how to ameliorate that. The little bow ties, sometimes she's in pajamas, whatever. But humans a lot of times make as many mistakes with a dog as the dog does, okay? The dog can't talk, and there's a lot of signals there that people just ignore. If you ask someone, the owner, can I pet your dog, and they say no, don't do it. Don't be petting him saying, oh, he's wagging his tail after they've told you no. Always approach a dog by the side with your hand low. Don't ever get in its face. Don't make eye contact. And nobody takes a dog on a canoe trip to keep it on a leash. I never did. But my dog Tripper, if I gave him the command to get in the boat, which I used whenever I wanted to contain him, get in the boat. Wherever he was, he'd go and get in that boat. It's a new thing for me. People loved Tripper. People love Roxy once they realize that she's just a big shmoo and won't do anything. But, so you're responsible, basically, for how people react to your dog. And that's a tough one. Having the command of it getting in the boat was a really good go-to. I used a lot. And on a river, I used it for wildlife as well. And I'm not talking bear, moose, deer, the big ones. I'm talking like skunk, porcupine, the snapping turtles that have the shells that are the size of an office chair cushion. I ran into all of those with my dog Tripper on canoe trips. And the snapping turtle was when he was a puppy. That could have been really bad. So basically have a command where you can control that dog. Now, I'm not going to cover everything because I don't know everything about dogs. But I will tell you that I was on a canoe trip with my son was little. He was probably only 4. I saw this massive streak of brown out of the corner of my eye going warp 6. And I saw Tripper chasing behind it. And when I first saw it, I thought it was a bear. So I've got like a 4-year-old running around, and I've got this dog chasing what I thought was a bear. It turned out to be a moose. Still, they can be just as bad. And I screamed for Tripper and stopped him dead in his tracks. And I know I did it because he was like, whoa, I've never heard her voice sound like that before. This has got to be really bad. And as soon as he heard that in my voice, he was all this. And he came running right up to me, and I grabbed him. I clipped him with a carabiner onto his collar with a throw bag that I had close by so that I could contain him. While I figured out what the heck is going on. It was a small bull moose, and as soon as I contained the dog, it was gone. A lot of times when it comes to wildlife interactions with big animals, the dog will chase the animal. It's not going to take the animal very long to go, I'm way bigger than this thing chasing me, and turn the tables. And then the dog's going to say, okay, completely outmatched, I'm going to run back and get my human. They can do anything. Plus they have thumbs. This whole bear thing's going to be a snap. And they'll bring it right back to you. That happens. It's not out of the question. So like I said, I don't know everything about dogs. Those are just the couple of things that have happened to me. And the thing that saved me was the fact that my dog listened to come, and if I said, get in the boat, Tripper, for any reason, he would jump in that boat. I hope this helps you. I hope if you do have a canoe dog, you have a great time and you both stay safe. These videos always have to outline worst case scenarios. I took my dog multiple rivers. I took him until my husband had to carry him in the boat. In and out of the boat, he was so old. It's the only way medical would clear him for a canoe trip. And I did it for as long as I could. And it was some of the best canoeing I've ever had. So, I'm Lisa DeHart, and you've just spent 3 minutes with a Maine Guide.